Alongside Brent Hubbs, I'm Austin Price for the 2-minute drill on this Monday. Josh Heupel speaking to the media and then speaking to the quarterback club. I was at the media press conference. You were at the quarterback club. Non-committal on a quarterback. Certainly doesn't sound like Joe Milton's totally in the rearview mirror. And I think that they'll let this week kind of play out and then go from there.
Well, I think first of all, it's when does Joe Milton get healthy? How beat up is he? I think one of the things about
having seen him walk out of the complex, Hubs, I'm not sure he's real beat up.
Real beat up. I think one of the things that, and Josh Heupel referenced this in the quarterback club, he didn't feel like they operated as fast and as efficiently as he wanted them to on Saturday. Didn't think his tempo of his offense was what it needed to be. I think if you go back and look at the game and rewatch it, and we've all rewatched it and post our notes and thoughts, you did the chat afterwards, one of the things we saw, Hendon Hooker did some good things. They weren't as fast.
Yeah, they looked more to the sideline.
Yeah, they really weren't as fast and moving as fast. Now, part of that's probably because Hooker's not getting a ton of first-team reps. There's a change in communication, change in voices. But the bottom line is, I don't think he felt like they went fast enough there. Now, how it plays out this week, I think we probably end up seeing multiple quarterbacks against Tennessee Tech. The bigger question is going to be a week from now, who's your quarterback going to games for Florida?
No doubt about it. Who's the offensive line going to be this week? I mean, for the last several years, to me, tackle has been Tennessee's weak point. I think every one of us thought it might be the case again this year just because of lack of depth. But I think they've held their own on the outside. It's been more in the interior where they've got beat up, which begs the question, does a guy like Cade Mays move inside, and can a guy like Jeremiah Crawford come on fast enough?
Well, I think you got to play multiple guys this week. I think you got to play Crawford this week and see what he can do. Is he ready? Maybe not, but when's he ever going to be ready, right? Put him out there and see what you got so you can make some evaluation there. My biggest takeaway of this offensive line, 8 sacks given up in 2 games, 5 holding penalties. Okay, that'll end drives in a hurry.
Yeah.
They have got to clean up some things mentally, and then they've got to be better and eliminate some of those holding penalties that they've had. And you look at the holds, Darnell Wright has 1, but I think the rest of them have come from the interior. Jerome Carvin had 2 at center. I think Spraggins has had the other 2.
No doubt about it. Flip it to the defense. Byron Young, coach says he's good to go. We've known that. He's good to go. It was a 2-for-2 type deal. He played 2 in 2017. Has to set 2 this year. And talking to Tyler Barron out here afterwards, he talked about just how excited Byron is. Just chomping at the bit to get out there. I don't want to say he's going to get 12 sacks Saturday, but clearly, he's going to want to make his presence felt early and often. And talking to Tyler, he kind of reiterated the fact that there were about 4 plays in the game where they were able to slide, and it prevented him from getting home when he probably would have got home. And had somebody been on the other side that could get home, it potentially is a big play for the defense.
Well, they had a couple of moments where they blew contain on 3rd and long, and that ended up costing them. It cost them a touchdown on the first scoring drive, and then on the last scoring drive of the half. If you have some contain out there, then they don't get a first down. They punt, and that's a whole different landscape at the half. So they got to play a little bit contained better outside. My biggest thing with Byron Young, and where I think he might be able to help this defense overall, look, you're -5 in the turnover ratio. You've talked about it. They're not generating any turnovers on defense. How do you generate turnovers? Well, you got to get lucky. The ball's got to squirt out sometimes. But you can also force bad plays
with pressure.
And can you do that without blitzing everybody? Right now, for Tennessee to get pressure, they got to bring Jeremy Banks. They got to bring a linebacker. They got to bring 4 or 5 guys. You want to get to the point where you got a guy who can be a problem, somebody you got to deal with and recognize, slide to help too. And as Tyler says, if you slide to help one side, the other side should free up a little bit. They've got to get more in the face of the quarterback to help generate turnovers as well as sacks.
It's Tennessee Tech coming up Saturday at noon. He's Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price.